What's going on, you guys? Rob's Way or the Highway here. In this vlog, we are going to go over some of the basic, and maybe we'll call them some more advanced electrical tools, testing tools that I use. I've got a lot of different tools depending on what I'm trying to do. I don't like one tool for everything. I have certain needs. If I know I need to test a AA battery, there's a certain tool I go to every time. If I'm trying to figure out what the load on something is, that's going to be a different tool. Some of you guys watching might say, oh, but why have, both this and that when this one tool alone can do it? I don't know. I don't care. This is the way I do it, and I'm sure there's better tools out there. These are definitely not the cheapest tools, but they're not the most expensive. And there's a lot of different ways of doing it. This is my way of doing it. So let's just dive right in. So first things first, this is a Fluke 101. This is just a regular meter. They'll tell you voltage, DC and AC. Obviously, two different modes. There's AC, there's DC. This will also show, like, if you want to do test for continuity, put it in a particular mode. Of course, I had in the wrong mode. Touch these two together. Wow, I wish I knew how to use the tools I own. Well, okay. Clearly, I don't know what I'm doing. Wait a minute. There we go. Continuity tester, right? Every tool has a specific use. These are the four main tools I have. I've had this for probably 15 years. This is a simple tool to test. Is there power on? Yes or no? It's got two leads. If you touch one to one phase and one to the other, it'll show 220. If you put one in hot and one in the ground on just a single, it'll show 110. Very simple tool. $10, maybe $15 for something like this. Okay. Now, when I'm going to replace light fixtures and do general work, I reach for this a lot. The reason I reach for this particular tool is it's more convenient and it's contactless. So this one's nice because you can pinpoint these needles where they got to go to show on and off, right? But you're still touching metal. And what if there's a short and you short yourself out and you could get hurt, right? So if you're going into something you don't know what you're doing, this little guy right here, or not saying that you don't know what you're doing, you don't know what you're up against, this little guy right here is going to be the right tool. So this one here is going to, you just push the button here, and you see, you just get close to it, and it right, goes on and off. Likewise, it's got a little plastic tip on it, so you could hook that, see, these are live too. So we disconnect, well, I don't have light. You disconnect one of these, and we just do this. Okay. You stick that in there like that, right? It's not going to do it on the big slot because the big slot's the neutral. The little spot's your hot one, so that's your 120. Right, so same deal. This here, see? Well, wait a minute, what are we doing here? Hold on. Hold on, hold on. Hold on, hold on. Nothing. Flip the switch. And now it's live, you know. It's a simple tool, and it works. It works very well. This guy here, I use it primarily for, like I said, testing batteries. Sorry about that, guys. I got a lot of kids' toys, and they all take batteries. You got to know what the voltages of them are. You don't know what the voltage is, how do you know if the battery's charged? They sell these little things with a little thing on it that says if the battery's good or not. They're pieces of junk. They don't work. You would never... If you know what voltage is, you would never reach for a tool like that because it doesn't give you enough information. This tool right here gives you all the information you need. Okay, going on to this. Now, there's several Klein Tools models. This is a CL800. Okay, this is a clamp meter. So what this does is it tells you what's the load. So, like, for example, I've got a radio here, and like I could turn this on, and I could see what the load is of that radio. So range, you set to DC. There we go. And then we hit that again to zero it. That threw me for a curveball. I set up an RMA with Klein Tools because it was always off. And I just didn't see the 0. How stupid can I be, right? Clamp this around your thing. It's going to show. So like we're pulling 0.3 of an amp at standby for my radio. So we obviously don't want to transmit to a repeater without IDing, or we're supposed to ID anyways here. So let's just do the 5 watts so we don't have to blast the world, right? GMRS 5 watt open. So when you go here and you're testing out a load, okay, let's see if I can get that, right? I'll just let that sit there. When I go to transmit, you could see that that goes up. So you know how many amps you're using based on that. So again, totally separate tool. Some people are going to come to me and say, well, man, that CL800 is an expensive tool, and why would you have that and the Fluke 101? You know, and I go, well, because they're inherently different tools. You can't test amperage load with this. You can test voltage with this, right? It comes with leads in the bottom of it, and it comes with wires to do that. But I don't use it for that. I don't like to. I like having separate tools for certain things. So this right here is my load tester. This right here is as simple as their power in the line. This shows you if you're hot on 120 or 240 AC. I don't know why it's labeled 110 and 220, but whatever. And this right here is what you use to test voltages. These are it. Now, I do have one other tool. If I can find it. A lot of people have heard of it. And I don't know, what did I do with it? Maybe it's over here. Well, maybe not. Did I put it here? See, welcome to my disorganized life, see? My way or the highway goes to hell real quick when you can't find what you're looking for. Anyways, I have this thing called a kilowatt meter. It literally says kilowatt, Kill-A-W-A-T-T. It plugs in, and then you plug whatever the load is on the other side, so you can see how many watts it's pulling and how many kilowatt hours of electricity you're using. So let's say you wanted to figure out, that's how I knew in the other video, I knew that what the server pulled, because I isolated the server and I fed both plugs for it through a power strip. Here it is right here. Maybe if I put it back where it belonged, right? This just plugs in and will show you how many watts it is, and you could cycle through here. See, like right here, you can see the voltage. So that right there just kind of accomplishes what this accomplished. Now, obviously, you can't test a AA battery with this, but this is a specific tool to do a specific thing. You could check how many watts you're pulling. Hers is going to be 60 because we're in North America. Kilowatt hours used, amps, and volts. So it shows you everything. So you use a tool like this to figure out how much electricity you're consuming when you're working with a big honking server that's in there. Which, by the way, I fixed the battery. It just needed to be reset, which is kind of odd because I've never had to do that in 15 years of owning it. Yeah, 2005 is when I bought that battery backup. So, kudos to APC for making good products, although I have had plenty of APCs that don't even last 3 years and had to be replaced under warranty. So, I don't know, maybe their older equipment works better than their new equipment? I don't know. I just know that white APC, knock on wood, baby, has been very, very good. So anyways, going back to the tools, you have different tools for different applications. And you have to understand the differences. Now, I'm not saying, I'm not going to sit here and say, go out and buy all of them, because that's a lot of money, right? I didn't buy all that at once. I started with the Fluke meter. The Fluke 101, I've had that and that little green thing the longest. Then I saw an electrician using this little guy. I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. So I learned. So I went and bought one. They're not a lot of money either. Something like this is like, I think, 20 bucks. And then as I started working on batteries and I started building things and I'm trying to figure out run times and I'm trying to make sure that I don't draw too much power, I went out and bought that expensive Klein Tools amp meter because, you know, like in this case here, you'd be working with this big, massive 2,000 watt inverter. You know, look at this wire. You know, you have to know what you're doing and what you're pulling in order to correctly utilize inverters and batteries. And a lot of people are afraid of electricity because they don't understand how it works. And I'm pretty good with it. I'm not an expert, but I know how electricity works, so I don't fear it. I understand it. I don't mess with things that are above my skill. I got cut off. I'm not sure what happened there, but anyways, I don't play with electricity outside of what I feel is comfortable. And you know, these are just the tools that I use. Thanks everyone for watching.